everyone, my name is Minha and I am a fashion designer. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm starting my fashion women's wear brand without a full university degree. I studied in London College of Fashion from 2021 to 2023, so I did my foundation year and then I started my first year of women's wear for undergrad. However, due to what may seem like financial limitations, I was not able to enroll for the second year of my BA course, so I took a gap year and I came back to Korea. During my gap year, I interned at a contemporary women's wear brand, and then I worked full-time as a designer in a Korean couture hanbok brand in Korea.
Today is my last day at work and we're out here in DDP because there's a pop-up going on.
Then in September of 2024, I went back to London in my hopes to continue studying, but I didn't even have university fees with me. However, when I prayed, I felt like God was saying go. I just went to London in obnoxious faith. Long story short, I did not get the scholarships or the fee waiver or anything to be able to enroll that year, so I took another gap year. When that decision was finalized, it was the 21st of October, and I remember I went to this Korean prayer room in an Indian YMCA building in London just to cry and process what was happening and pray to God. While I was praying, I felt like God was speaking, and I grabbed a pen and paper and I started writing down all the thoughts that I had. It was about starting the brand, and He also gave me the name for it, and I believe it was God because I definitely was not in the headspace to even think of these things. So the closest way to describe it is like hearing the voice of conscience, like the highest spirit of truth inside you. And it's almost like those times when a brilliant idea finds you instead of you finding it. Yeah, so the letter that I wrote with the thoughts that I had in my mind started like, it's time to start the brand Elohim. I did not really know what Elohim meant. It's the plural form of God or Godhood, but in the Hebrew Bible it takes form in a monotheistic and a single deity. It refers to the God of Israel most of the times. So that was my start of this endeavor to start up a brand, and I came back to Korea in January of 2025 and I started building this brand with God, and I wanted to record this to share my design processes. In Ezekiel 16 verse 10, God clothes his beloved with fine linen and silk. This allegory of God adorning us into his regal attire really inspired me to design clothes that reminds us of our identity as his beloved. And when I was wondering what kind of clothes I want to make and why this brand needs to exist outside of the fact that I feel like God has called me to do it, was that I want the clothes that I make with God to have the similar purpose of an engagement ring. Even if I take this ring out, it doesn't mean that I'm not engaged. So the actual physical wearing of the ring doesn't define my status of being engaged or not.
So in that sense, I want the clothing that I make to remind us that we are
God's princess, and that, as we wear clothes every day, I just want these clothes to remind us that God bestows his identity as his beloved and as his child, and hopefully that inspires everyone to worship him in everything that we do in our daily lives. At first, I felt very reluctant to make this video because I was really embarrassed to share to everyone that I couldn't finish my degree because of lack of finances. Although the embarrassment's still kind of there, I figured that there are better things to be embarrassed about, and this is not really one of them. And best mindset for me to have now is to be grateful for the time that I had in London and be faithful in what he has called me to do now. And
my battery died from my camera. But yeah, I just wanted to end with this note that the best mindset for me to have now is to be grateful and make the most of all the resources he has given me and enjoy working with God. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope that you have an amazing week.